At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, February 18th, 1945, families across America, they were finishing dinner, listening to the radio, or tucking their children into bed. At that exact moment, 0900 on Iwo Jima, the 133rd Naval Construction Battalion was landing in the 1st Assault Wave alongside the 4th Marine Division. Seabees. Yes, engineers, but also riflemen. Their boots hit the volcanic sand. Their hands gripped shovels and M1 rifles. They weren't there just to build. They were there to fight and survive. Machine gun fire ripped through the beach. Mortar shells turned black sand into craters. The Seabees hit the ground, digging into the ash for cover. But there was none. Men like ship's cook first class Norman Dupuis. He dropped into that sand, face down, pressed into the black volcanic ash. He might have thought just for a moment that he was safe, but a burst of machine gun fire found him there. He never got up. Nearby, others were fighting for their lives. Many would fall on that island, some of those in the first terrible hours, others in the days that followed. The 133rd suffered 43 dead, 245 wounded, casualty rates that rivaled the frontline Marines. Yet they pushed forward. Their bulldozers cleared paths under sniper fire. Steel matting was laid as mortars fell around them. Airfield number 1 was operational in just 8 days, saving over 2,400 B-29 bombers and 24,000 airmen before the war's end. They carved roads through the ash, built a mess hall to feed exhausted men, and erected a chapel, a place for prayer and remembrance. On August 12, 1945, after the guns had finally fallen silent, they dedicated that chapel to the fallen. And on the plaque in that chapel, you could read the names: Edwin Blythe, Thomas McKinney, Joseph Benson, Lawrence Betz, Norman Bondurant, John Betz Jr., Ralph Carey, Walter Coleman, Francis Craig, Paul Davidich, Neldon A, J.D. DeMoney, Norman Dupuis, Elza Evans, Glenn Floe, Louis Foster, Hans Gattérer, Robert Geer, John Grudzina, Marvin Haynes Jr., Thomas Herman, Arthur Herron, Fred Kettering, Oscar Leaser, Robert Martin, Blair McCann, Julius McCarty, Orie Millard Jr., George Mitchell, Herbert Moxey, Leon Newsom, Harry Knoll, Robert Olson, Joseph Peck, Robert Peary, Philander Pittser Jr., Francis Robinson, Malcolm Rose, Leonard Sale Jr., Jess Simpson, Earl Smull, Casper Tomasetti. Each name a life ended in that black sand. Each name a builder who fought, a Seabee who never came home. When the battle ended, the 4th Marine Division received the Presidential Unit Citation, the highest honor for a military unit. But the 133rd Seabees, who fought and built beside them, they were not included. They were awarded, though, the Navy Unit Commendation. Same beach, same blood, different recognition. Men like Dupuis, Benson, Betz, their names on a chapel wall, they were left out of history's highest honor. The men of the 133rd did not ask for medals. They built, they fought, they died. They took care of each other. But history must not forget them. Their work saved lives, thousands of airmen who made it home because Seabees turned hell into a runway. On this day, we do call upon the President of the United States, If you could find it in your heart to correct this oversight, posthumously awarding the 133rd Naval Construction Battalion the Presidential Unit Citation. You see, it's not about the medals. It's about honor and truth. For Dupuis, Benson, Mitchell, Betz, every man whose name is carved into that plaque, names we must never forget. These are Interesting Things with JC.